My name is Winifred Garrett, and I'm a professional harpist. I attended the School of the Arts from 1969 to 1978. I was born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I love Winston-Salem. I love everything about it. I love Dewey's. I have to say that because I really do. It's home. As I was growing up, I was a smart kid and a very musical kid. I'm told at the age of 2, I did my first singing performance, and I've performed ever since. Music was very important in my family. My mother made sure that everyone played an instrument. Everyone played piano, my brother played drums, sister played organ, and she studied at the School of the Arts as well. I learned about the School of the Arts from my parents and my harp instructor in 8th grade. My parents very much encouraged me to go, and I'm so glad they did. As an 8th grader, going to the School of the Arts was like going to college, and I remember being dressed very formally. Everybody else was in blue jeans, and it was really, really surprising. Eventually, I ended up in blue jeans, so. I really didn't know what to expect from the School of the Arts. I never practiced more than 30 minutes in my life, up to that point. And so, to see people practicing 3-4 hours, I was just like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. The School of the Arts taught me how to be disciplined. It taught me excellence. It just opened up a whole world. Well, back in the day, the city was a very different time. I was the kid on the other side of the tracks. The city was, well, all of America was racially divided, but certainly the city was divided, and the tracks, the railroad tracks, indicated that. I remember going to the theater, the movie theater. At that time, it was the Carolina Theater. It's now the Stevens Center. Being an African American, we had to go upstairs on the outside into the theater. It was an amazing thing. The first time I went through the front door of the theater, I was actually very afraid. I didn't know what was going to happen, but what happened is I got to see the movie, so it's all good. That space is also the place where I made my solo debut with the Winston Symphony. So that space has played a very interesting and pivotal role in my life. The instruction at the School of the Arts, the teachers were absolutely amazing, but incredible kudos to Patricia Pence-Sokoloff, who was my harp instructor, and taught with such heart, conductor Norman Johnson, who was so full of grace, and Pete Ballard, who was my English instructor, who was just very passionate and very artsy, and I'd never had an instructor like him. So they were just great people. My first 2 years of harp lessons were donated by an anonymous donor, and it wasn't until I gave my debut with the Winston Symphony that I got to meet that donor, and it turned out to be Phil Haynes. We both looked at each other and just kind of said, at last. Thank you, Mr. Haynes. The coolest thing would have to be going to Europe the first time. Actually, I've been twice. Can you imagine a little girl from across the tracks standing in the Sistine Chapel, getting on an airplane? I'd never been on an airplane before in my life, flying to another country where they didn't speak English, seeing the incredible art, playing incredible music in incredible places. It was absolutely amazing. Thanks to the International Music Program at the North Carolina School of the Arts, this little girl got to go. And I threw a coin in the Trevi Fountain. Right after school, New York is where I began to establish myself as a harpist. So I did a lot of Broadway, off-Broadway shows, played churches, hotels, which I'm still doing. I played in many concert settings and venues. I toured with Stevie Wonder. I played at Radio City Music Hall with Marvin Gaye. I played over 1,000 musical events. I've been teaching the harp for about 30 years, and I have students from age 5 to 90. I find my inspiration by being a part of the church. It's where I get my spiritual foundation, and it's where I'm able to love and give love in a very special way. I see myself in 10 years still teaching, recording, and doing recitals. That's what I'm looking forward to. I am the person that I am today as a result, a direct result of being at the School of the Arts. I would say to the graduates to just be open and willing and flexible, be able to do it all, because that way you'll always eat. You'll always be able to take care of yourself. The harp has taken me many places.